Yeah, man. Honeydew, cantaloupe, water, all kinds of melons. Basically, I guess even winter melon, although I very rarely have it, because I don't even know where you buy it. Bitter melon, occasionally. Very occasionally a bitter melon. Because it's not that bitter. And I'm kind of like, anybody here speak Korean? What is chamwe in English? Chamwe. Not chamoy, that's a different thing. Chem, isn't he in prison? I'm talking about chamwe, around the La Casa. Korean yellow melon. Chamwe melon or Korean melon. Okay, so we don't really mess with that here in North America. You see it at H Mart though, it's pretty good. Anyway, Chum Lee? No, isn't he in prison? I'm talking about Chamwe around the La Casa. Sorry, the joke's so nice you told it twice. But that works better the second way because Chum Lee actually is in jail, I think. But I stand by the fact that I'm not privy to the minutia of the case, but it still doesn't make sense to me that he's in prison for attempted drug possession. How can it be a crime to not possess drugs? That doesn't make sense to me. Possessing drugs, not to, get political, I can understand why it would be a crime that is actionable, but attempt to possess drugs? He didn't do anything, man. That's an innocent man as far as I'm concerned. And now there's texts where he was gonna buy 100 kilograms of cocaine and then, I don't know, but he didn't buy it, man. Sorry for the frog voice. He didn't buy it. Anyway, give me an upgraded bash. I'm not thrilled about it, but let's get going here. Now today, I don't know. I mean, on Tuesday, we were just not really doing well in Slay the Spire. But it is Ascension 20, it's no joke. Things get hard, man. $27. Perfect. Catherine Heigl determining the optimum number of dresses. Okay, Sever Soul for sure. Any advice for those of us combating permanent night in North America right now? I'm one of yous. I have none advice. It's just very annoying. Because the sun comes up faster, or earlier. I guess it doesn't come up faster, but can I say something that the daylight savings crowd is gonna be very upset with? It doesn't come up that much faster, or that much earlier. As a guy who's getting up at 5:15 in the morning, we did all the rigmarole of moving our clocks. Okay, now the sun comes up at 7:15 instead of 8:15. Big whoop. Who cares, man? It's if we're gonna, why not go crazy? Why don't we move the clocks back 3 hours so the sun comes up at 4:15 in the morning? Oh, that's too much. Oh, so the farmers only need 1 hour? Now who's condescending to the farmers? You piece of junk. I'm going to take an Entrench because it enables powerful late game builds. What do you think about that one? Slay the Spire experts. It -2'd it. That's alright. Most of you have seen good Slay the Spire players, but you've not embodied it yourself. As a result, I take no offense. Just like one can't be mad at a cat for meowing for food, even though dinner time isn't for 45 minutes. It's in their nature. Now leave this to the experts, okay? Anybody here an expert? Can you help me? Let me think about this. No real value in Exhume. Removing a card early, I think, is a mistake I make often. Because removing a strike seems good, has good long tail effects, but inhibits you more than you would expect early on. Let's take one perfected strike to get a little bit of extra damage. You love perfected strike? I kind of resent perfected strike. What I love is having like an attack on the first floor that can do 20 damage. Every Slay the Spire player remove starting cards. NL, I don't think I will. Okay, so first off, I often do. Secondly, every Slay the Spire player be like, this is how I play. Then you go to the subreddit and find out whenever things go wrong, they just save scum until they get the golden path and go fucking Paul Atreides mode and go, look at it, I beat the heart. I'm out here live from New York, man. It's Saturday night, okay? I'm not Alt F4 in the game when I misclick or something like that or misplay. It's all on the screen for you to see. Entrench, I'd love to upgrade it, but not yet. I think, no, Cultist is better on a longer fight, I think. Is TCG related to OGC? Yeah, it's Pyramid Head jacking off. It's Pyramid Head. No, isn't he in prison? I'm talking about... We've done the bit too many times. It's okay. Alright, I can live with that. Self-forming clay, it's got to be a bludgeon, man. It's got to be a bludgeon, and it's got to be an upgraded bludgeon. And it's got to be a paper frog. And I'm not scared unless this is the obelisks. Whatever. What do I care? Look at this. One of you's already torched. Pyramid Head should be in prison. Well, did you watch the game? I think he is in prison. Right? I mean, obviously, I didn't really know exactly what was happening, but I feel like, I mean, Pyramid Head, although maybe birthed from Silent Hill, he can't be happy to be stuck in Silent Hill because it's just not a nice place to live. Have you seen the bathrooms there? Don't kill me, you piece. We go again. Pyramid Head is James. Nah, man, no shot. Pyramid Head, I told you, Pyramid Head is a dude who got his, he worked at like a mine and a piece of equipment fell on his head and killed him. And then that meant that he was eternally tormented by having the metal stuck to the top of his head. Explain the other Pyramid Head. That one's AI. The second Pyramid Head is AI. Who did Silent Hill vote for? I don't want to talk about it. It's based on a town in Pennsylvania, right? I could take a guess. Fuck this, man. I don't like these cards. The corroded ass heavy blade, very slightly better than 2 strikes right now. It's in Maine. Pyramid Head probably voted for Jill Stein. Which is his right, okay? Now, I'm not saying that's good praxis. I'm just saying she was on the ballot.
What the heck am I gonna take?
I'm gonna take a True Grit. Isn't she in prison? Listen, buddy, leave the bits to me, okay? Last time you had a Coke Zero? Genuinely, yesterday. What does this sound like? The printer's going off? Is my wife in the house? I thought my wife was out, man. Okay, okay. Is this like 17 pages of sensitive documents? Yes. Okay, I'll put those over here. It is indeed 3 pages. I'll put those in the outbox. Rupture. I'm a hemokinesis lad for sure. Where's the Balatro patch? It's sad. And I mean this sincerely. Balatro's a great game. Some of you have to realize you choose which year you're going to live in for the rest of your life. For a lot of us, it's been 2016. The year 3000? You're a braver man than myself. You can't, you're always fighting last year's war, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's 2024. I got people asking me if I'm gonna go back and play the patch that's coming out for Isaac. What are you talking about, man? Have you lost your mind? What more is there to do, man? Like, I'm the kind of guy, if you're eating like chicken wings, you eat all the meat off the wing, you clear it down to the bone, but you don't gnaw on the bones. I mean, it's time to leave the restaurant and get ready to drive home, man. Get ready to brush your teeth and go to bed. I'm not breaking the bones open and trying to suck out the marrow. Like, that's for, like, vultures and, you know, animals that eat carrion and stuff like that. We're noble creatures. We're gonna move on, okay? Now, so when DLC for Balatro comes out, I'll play it for sure. Patches, though? No. Now, people are telling me there was no patch. They said plush. You might think that's an own. That's actually even more offensive to me. My fandom lives right here in my solar plexus. I don't need to display it with a poster or a plushie or a t-shirt or a Twitter banner or something like that. I'm just not gatekeeping. I'm just like, at some point, I mean, I'm 35 years old. I've got enough stuffed animals, man. I hate to say it, but it's just like, if I bought a stuffed animal for like every game that I thought was great, I mean, it's just not my personality. Let's put it that way. I think you gotta pay the iron price, buddy. Get it twisted, we will not be buying Funko Pops. Do I? No. I need... Flex might give us something. I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but... might give us something. Who is our boss? Our boss is you. I'd rather have the extra strength against you, I think. Have you gone by the HQ in Everett? HQ of what? I'm using my condescending voice, but I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm just confused. Boeing? Yes. Yes, I have. I have driven by the... Not on purpose. Although, you know, I like planes as much as the next guy. But yeah, you got me with that one. I have driven by. We find ourselves in northern Washington a few times a year. 2014. Okay. Speaking of Isaac. What about a U2s? So there's a few things that I'll never say, or that I will say never to. You will not see me do a HelloFresh sponsorship. 0% chance. I'm not gonna say I would never do a U2s because I simply have not considered it. But there is a less than 5% chance that I think if U2s slid into the business inbox and said, can we make like a vinyl plush with you and we'll do like some profit sharing? There's a less than 5% chance, I think, that I would say yes to that. It would have to be a very compelling deal, let's put it that way. You might say, why? It's like, I don't want to be Funko Popped, man. I don't know what maybe I'm taking it too seriously, but it's my image, right? Is my likeness. I don't want to be commodified into like a little piece of plastic that you put on your shelf. I don't want you to feel compelled to be like, I gotta buy this figurine to signal that I am a good fan. You're a good fan just for being here. Even if you're trolling a little bit. I'd honestly rather you came in here and trolled for free than, you know, got excited about paying like 30 bucks for an NL Funko Pop or something. I'm being sincere when I say, honestly, buy yourself like a banh mi instead, man. It's a great sandwich, and it's one of the only sandwiches that, in my opinion, is still sandwich priced. I got a banh mi last night, $9.50 Canadian. Pretty, for 2024, pretty reasonable price for a sandwich, $9.50 Canadian. Foot-long sandwich from Subway is like 17 bucks Canadian now, before you factor in the combo. Okay, I'm taking a rupture. Strength gain, works with heavy blade, we got a chance. I'm not trying to, listen, because we got Funko collectors in the chat. I'm not even, you have to remember that just when you think you got me pinned down, that's when I wriggle free, okay? If you are anti-Funko Pop, but you have a collection of, like, vinyl anime figurines, it's your right to do that, just for the record. But I do consider you part of the same, part of the same cloth. The reason I wouldn't know if I'd say I have a problem with them, but the reason that I personally don't want to collect them is because I feel like it's like having your Christmas ornaments up like all year. I'm okay for like a couple months having a Christmas tree up and you got like a Willy Wonka ornament because the movie was like a big part of your childhood. That's for sure, but I don't really want to keep like a Augustus Gloop minifig on my shelf the whole time. Because I just don't want people coming into chat and then being like, whoa, Willy Wonka figurine. And I'm gonna have the same conversation about Willy Wonka like 100 times. We get it, it's a good movie. It was important to me when I was growing up, too. Nice sticks, man. Listen. I could take or leave the sticks, too, to be honest. Which children dying in the movie was your favorite? Is that even a question? Veruca Salt, man. Possibly, in my opinion, the only justified death in the whole picture. Like, it's not even up for discussion, dude. Augustus Gloop literally did nothing wrong. He was just the Rizzler before his time. I can't believe this is what we're gonna... 12 takes you to 78. I literally can't... Okay, sure. And then Mike TV, what did he do? He got enraptured by a piece of technology? Who among us has not had the same experience? I forget what happened to the girl who turned into a blueberry. She was just kind of annoying? Is that what happened? Everybody's attacking on the same turn, huh? Well, it was fun while it lasted. Let's go again. She chewed gum. Oh, Lizard's tail! I forgot about Lizard's tail, man. She liked gum. Willy Wonka, Michael Jordan.jpg. I took that personally. We can do better. Is it true that you weren't even meant to find Willy Wonka creepy at the time? The movie came out in like 1972 or something like that. I was born 16 years after it came out. I have no idea what the contemporary response was at the time of its release. Exhume hits very little. Feed is too late. Well, I guess it's an immolate time then. Okay, we're going Apollo mode. It's Sozu. How'd you feel about the Johnny Depp one? Not very good. I saw it in theaters when it came out with my mom and my dad. My mom read me tons of Roald Dahl books as a kid. Like when I was a kid, she was obviously an adult. Otherwise, that'd be like some Benjamin Button stuff. So we were very excited to go see the movie. And watching it, I mean, it was kind of like the first time I got disillusioned with Tim Burton. And that we literally did not learn our lesson, because like 6 years later, we went and said, this was more her impetus than mine. We went and saw Alice in Wonderland in theaters. And at that time, there's a difference between me being 16 and me being like 22. Instead of just being mildly disappointed, I was like, this is straight up ass. He's washed. But he's kind of like, isn't he back a little bit? Because people like the second Beetlejuice movie, which is a legacy sequel, but at least one that seems to have done right by the audience. Not really? Okay. It's fine. That's better than usual for Tim Burton. As of like the last 20 years at least. I'm a big fish guy, but it did come out 100 years ago. Whenever a card's exhausted, gain block. Toolbox is a good relic, by the way. Alright, literally I just saw it in one message. Guess what? It's your tryout right now. I tried to buy a potion. This is the tryout, okay? If it goes wrong, you're banned. Just kidding. I don't remember who said it. We don't need shops. Oh, the bomb! Dude, you're honestly, I'm content. No matter what happens, you're innocent as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely, no matter what happens. You literally, you proved your case. You're free. You went nuts on the table, and congratulations, it worked out well for you. You gotta respect it. Oh no! Just kidding. Chemokinesis and rupture work well together. Okay, this one's for all the marbles, man. This one is for all the marbles. Give me some metamorphosis. Oh, it doesn't make it free. That's understandable, but irritating. Don't attack. He's attacking, guys. Well, Fiend Fire does like 28 damage. It would exhaust an uppercut. Let's weaken you and then dump this. I hate to see the Hemokinesis go, but we might not have the gas to play it very often anyway. That's got to be a save, unfortunately. Oh man, this is bad. This is bad. 20 damage. This is important. 6, 6, 7, 19 damage. Okay, dump them, dump them. I hate to add a daze, but it's got to be done. You're going to summon some more. This would be an insane turn to draw like an Immolate. How about Immolate? How about... They basically told me to mind my own business, huh? I mean, you're not getting to the point where you're popping, I'm sorry to say. Now, please take a turn off. Somehow draw Immolate again. We're cooked. He has 15 strength, man. It's over. He's going to attack this turn. We're going to have no recourse. He's got 20 strength. Okay, he's summoning minions. He's gonna attack this turn then. Ah! Just kill me? That's the most I've ever seen him attack for. I don't think I've ever seen him attack for 78 damage before. Usually he's like dead by that point. Okay, what's going wrong, man? You got hoed there? How about now, with the Captain's Wheel? Everybody's gangster till NL gets the Captain's Wheel as his rare relic. You took a bunch of crap? Okay, listen, you have to evaluate it versus the counterfactuals, Ray Dalio, you motherfucker. If they offer me a bunch of crap, what am I supposed to do? I got no other options. Okay, Iron Wave, next time. First, we need Pommel Strike. We need some tempo. Pass on it? Yeah, but then, like, you got to remember that your deck starts with even more crap in it. The strikes and defends are like they're the crappiest cards that they make, man. Even curses have some utility in some situations. If I hit you for 8, you go to 6, which puts you on 18. You can die. Just barely, but you can die. Are you saying curses are better than strikes and defends? Not on average, but with some degree of agency, yeah, at least you can get some value out of them. Better is kind of a loaded term, because when you get good at Slay the Spire, the out that you have for every single argument is just to say it's situational. You know what? Fuck it, man. Take the corruption. Take the corruption. Lose 7 max HP. Do not take the curse, though. Okay. We're balling now. I gotta remember, when you're playing 820, you gotta swing for the fences, man. Why not take the curse if it's better than a defend? Silence American. A Canadian is speaking. Give it to me. I guess we don't really need corruption here because we don't want to play defense on average. Especially with vulnerability. They can't fight back. Why is you're being kind of like a troll in my chat? I'm allowed to be a troll to you. It's called the golden rule. Kind of a battle trance plus anger sort of Andy. Matrushka, are you flicking my ball sack, man? What about punching down? I'm trying to think of a way to respond to that without punching down. Because what I was going to say is that you having the perception that your life sucks doesn't give you an excuse to be mean to strangers. Which I know is sometimes a radical position on this website. But, like, I don't know who you are. You could have $10 million in your bank account, or you could be destitute. I just don't be rude to me, and I won't be rude to you, man. I mean, to be honest, I care what you're going through. I don't mean to get philosophical with it. I do care what you're going through. But the care ends a little bit when you're going through something that doesn't relate to me and you make it my problem. Then it's hard to have as much sympathy. Because I'm like, I was on your side. And then you're like, bro is stupid. And now I'm like preying on your downfall. Thoughts on Stoicism? Fell apart for me when I found out that Marcus Aurelius, when his wife had an affair with a gladiator, he killed the gladiator and then made her take a shower in his blood. So I think Meditations is a great book. But I do think, well, you know what? Hate the sin, love the sinner, maybe. I don't know. But that doesn't strike me as the actions of a Stoic. Yeah, he lost. He got mad, so he lost twice. Ninja was cooking with that one, man. I kind of like Infernal Blade. He did crash out. That was one of the top I'm gonna say top 1 Roman Emperor crash outs, and it ain't number 1. We don't need to play anything else. Do that. Caligula? I don't think he crashed out. It seemed like he was kind of having a good time. Same with Nero. Well, until, like, didn't Caligula get assassinated? Get at it. Nero burned the city? That's a conspiracy theory. We don't do that here. I mean, 20 damn... Wait, who's the boss, man? You? Dex is more valuable, strength is more valuable. I hate to skip a fire potion, though. I thought Nero was the one. That hasn't been proven in a court of law. You know what I was thinking the other day? Maybe I do go a little too hard on... And it's very... Are we dead, by the way? It's very, like, boomer-pilled to say this. But anytime I encounter... Yep, we're dead. Anytime I encounter construction that takes, like, longer than an hour to complete, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Wasn't it like 50 years ago they could build like a nuclear power plant in like 25 minutes or something like that? And nowadays when you want to put a bike lane on a street, it takes like 6 months of inquiries and committees and then like 150 work days of like painting the line on the road. And I'm not, this is anecdotal, okay? I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back because I know they have to do geological surveys and oh, that's in the floodplain and the dirt is like more silty here than it is there. And if we build it too fast, people will die. So I get that. I was driving my daughter to an activity and I had to make a left turn at an intersection that had construction. There was a police officer in a car to block a lane of traffic so nobody got in an accident. There was a construction worker holding the sign, supposed to be directing traffic. There was a construction worker holding a broom, spreading asphalt. Every single one of them was looking at their phones. The light turned green, and I was just sitting in my car like, I literally don't know what to do because I'm worried they're gonna throw out like a spike strip if I drive. Or they're gonna start yelling at me and like beating on the hood of the car or something like that. But I'm like, the light's green, I gotta go, man. Even the cop, man. Which was an improvement because usually they're on their computer when they're driving. At least he was parked. But anyway, so I just drove and it was fine. That's the end of that story. As often with these exaggerated stories, nothing really happened. What was I talking about? Oh, what I was going to say is maybe construction's actually gotten a lot faster. Because, like, you think of Hadrian's Wall, bro. Like, it took the dude, like, his entire life to build the wall. Yeah, it stretched out, like, all over Europe. Even, like, across the English Channel into Britannia or whatever, Albion. But the motherfucker was, like, 4 inches tall. It's literally, like, 2 bricks tall. And it took him 80 years to get it done? Like, that's crazy, man. It used to be like 4x taller. You think they were like, back in 100 BCE, we would have had this wall up toot sweet, man, before the Roman Empire, back when we had the consuls, we could really get stuff done. That's what it's like living in fucking Augustus's Rome, man. What is this voice? Italian accent circa the year like 71 CE. Sorry, I'm taking Perfected Strike. All of your advice has led me to oblivion so far. So I can smell the garum. Good morning, gamers. Good morning to you as well. Good morning to you as well. You're a common era enjoyer? No, for me, I go with the times, but as a devout Christian, I say CE and BCE, but in my head, instead of Common Era, the CE stands for Christ exists. So BCE is before Christ existed, and CE is Christ's existence. And let me tell you, it has caused some epic meltdowns on Reddit, man. Which is pretty much what I live for these days. +2, +2, +2. The rare joke that crosses the aisle. Excuse me, Christ has always existed? Okay, listen, buddy. They settled this shit with the diet of worms. Now, I don't know enough about religiosity to know which way they went in the diet of worms. I can't remember if Christ is like the literal Son of God or if he's a facet of God's being that then manifested like a corporeal form on the earth. Or if they decided that they're three different, like Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are three different individuals or three different entities. They've been trying to solve that for like 1,500 years or something. Give me a ghostly armor. Someone said we need more blocks. You have to take demon form. It gives you late game potential. The addition of a demon form allows you to cut a strike without inhibiting your win probability by making perfected strike worse. Apotheosis? We couldn't afford it, man. Come on, you piece. Unceasing top ascension 20. Suck me. Sir, the question was, is this your handwriting? I just looked at our path and realized we're in a real tight spot. Oh, man, we got an elite and then a super elite. This is the right elite for us to fight, though. I'm stoked to see that. Man, fuck you. Give us apotheosis. Okay, you make a compelling case. Give me like an attack of some sort. Nope. I mean, you're vulnerable for 5 turns. We might as well put this out there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really want to play those cards. I would be much happier playing these cards. What? Playing this card. Get owned, buddy. Why is everyone telling me that Sever Soul sucks? Have you seen the damage that it can do? It does, it does, it does. Man, I've been taking it like a lot. It's like 2 strikes. When you upgrade it, it's like almost 4 strikes, man. You lost with it last time? Yeah, it's A20. I lose with everything, like all the time. That's not a salient data point. That's like saying I ate a plutonium rod for breakfast. Why am I hungry? It's supposed to be 10,000 calories. Because you're dying, man. Was it tasty? When you fell from heaven? You ate an atomic bomb? It was happy hour. Finally, some good damage. How many booms did you give it? Oh no, dude, we're cooked. Oh no. We bring the booze. That's what we do. 44, 47, 37. You're done, buddy. How about just drawing some blocks on this turn? Come on, man. 1 gram of plutonium is about 20 billion calories. But the thing is, what's good about that? You would take a look at that and be like, oh, I can't do that. I'd be in like a huge surplus. Calorically speaking. I look at that and I say, what percentage of it is bioavailable? Because I don't think my intestines are like equipped to actually derive energy from plutonium, because I'm not a nuclear reactor. So I'm pretty sure it would just pass right through me. It might like physically pass right through me before even like touching my intestines. Like, you know, when there's like a movie and like something really hot gets dropped and it like melts through like 20 floors or something like that. Like, I think that's what I'm worried about would happen. Yeah, like the acid from a xenomorph. Precisely. Just tuned in. What's going on? We're eating plutonium, brother. Did I stutter? Definitely love that. We're gonna draw some stuff that's gonna blow your mind, man. But I cannot hit you for 39 yet. You're gonna die? I'm actually gonna own this fool, man. 24 damage, takes you to 78. The math enjoyer has logged on. I was hoping to get my perfected, but you know what? We take those. Can I say something, by the way? I'm going to deliberately exaggerate this, which is going to have blowback for me for like the next 12 years of me making content. Calories in, calories out, I think is broadly a useful lens to interpret gaining or losing weight. But it's also a lie, right? It's made up. Because if you ate like 100,000 calories in a single day, you're not going to wake up in 2 or 3 days and be like 30 pounds heavier. It just doesn't pass the smell test, man. You're not going to wake up at all. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Shouldn't even be a rare. Should be an uncommon. You probably poop out like 85,000 calories. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I think the goal is to get to, like, maybe, like, a lean 310 pounds, where your resting basal metabolic rate would be, like, I don't know, maybe, like, 3,500 calories a day. And then at that's probably, like, the upper limit of what your body can absorb on a daily basis. And then you could just eat, like, 10,000 calories a day and have diarrhea, right? Lean 310. I've seen it, man. There's this guy on TikTok. He's named the Liver King. Okay, let's walk through this, okay? Bludgeon is a great attack, but it's not a good late game solution with Demon Form. Because at some point, after like 5 turns of having played Demon Form, Sword Boomerang will be better at a lower energy cost. This might be a Berserk one, you need energy. Very interesting. I do like Corruption as well. I mean, I think this could be a Corruption build. Interesting. Corruption is also energy. Okay. All right, let's try it. Okay, here's the deal. We have to take Coffee Dripper. I'll tell you why. There's a good chance we die with it. But if we die, I told the sponsor we were going to go live with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate at 10 a.m. So that's perfect. If we don't die, I'll send a message that my tummy hurts, I need an extra 20 minutes, and we'll try to make this run happen. Is your Grand Seiko a spring drive? Excuse me, you're going to get me robbed and killed? It is not a Grand Seiko. Do not mug me if you see me IRL. It's a regular Seiko. You got me confused with some other guy. It's not a Grand Seiko. It doesn't have the same craftsmanship, okay? It's a great watch. It's a perfectly great watch, okay? It's not a Grand Seiko. Don't put that evil on me. Okay, I'm going in. Fuck you. Well, we might be starting the sponsor stream a little early. They're like $400,000. They're not $400,000. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna get me killed, man. How about a good... I probably should have used a potion at some point during the last fight, huh? I didn't even look at anything else in the shop. I specifically didn't tell a dude at lunch I liked his Rolex because I didn't want to draw attention to it. So I'm not a watch guy, okay? But I will say, I know a little... Oh, you motherfucker. I know a little bit about watches because my brother-in-law is like a Rolex guy. And with everything that he's told me about how to buy a Rolex... For those of you who are not familiar, post like 2020, in order to buy a Rolex... You probably want one of like the well-known Rolexes. You go into the store and you say, hey, I'd like a Submariner. And they go, get in line, buddy. In order to, you have to get a relationship with the sales representative. You give them your phone number and then they tell you like, hey, we don't get that many in. So over the next 2 or 5 years, they call you randomly and go, hey, we got a Rolex scarf in. Hey, we got like an $8,000 watch you don't really want in, but you're pressured to take it. Because if you don't, the more you spend, the faster you get to actually be offered the watch that you want. Which is a business model I understand, but would never feel good about supporting. We're not going to use the speed potion on this one. That's not on this turn, at least. You don't need demon form against these guys. You need that. So, were I to ever buy a higher-end watch, which I honestly don't know that I ever would, but it certainly would not be a Rolex, because that just sounds like insulting to deal with. I think I could accept the damage. No, but you're all vulnerable. Let me think about this for a second. I'm gonna get strong. Give me a... You know what? Let's try to slow play it. Why not play Ghostly Armor? I didn't need all that. That's too much block for a guy like me. I think we got problems, man. I don't think we're making it out with this. This is not helping, man. That's not helping at all. Well, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad. Nobody's attacking. That's wonderful news. He's gone cold. I wonder why. Got out of bed at frickin' all. Unnecessary. Okay, let's recover some HP. $19 damage. I need to pop this just to live. It's gotta be you, man. I can't afford the vulnerability. We have an elite fight after this. Yeah, but that's... Honestly, I think that might be easy. Dirty little secret of this game. The elites tend to be a little bit easier than the other fights. They should have stopped at Ascension 19, man. Everybody's thinking it. Ascension 19, that's the real meat and potatoes. Ascension 20 is a little too much. Ascension 20 only affects you once you get to the third boss. Listen, buddy. Will you speak to me? Literally just play a bit better. Dude on his couch watching NFL sports. Dude, Aaron Donald sold on that pancake block. It kills. It fucking kills, man.